And so first one is introduction. Ready? And go.
Um, hey guys, this is Clement with One Collective Realty, and you are subscribed to my newsletter regarding home buying process. That means you joined because you are interested in purchasing a home either within the next few months or the next few years. And this is the perfect email newsletter to get you started so you can prepare for that. My name is Clement. I'm with One Collective Realty, and a, I'm a second generation realtor in Greater Vancouver, BC. So I have mm, lots of experience that you can lean on. So come on and lean on me. Uh, yes.
Sorry, I'm going to cut in. Talk about results. Okay. People want to know why they should be going to you, right?
Mhm.
So last three sales that you made, how happy were they? Experiences, stories.
Uh, well, let's see. I mean, of course they're happy, but um,
Take people through a kind of a journey with you. Like, what does it mean to work with you? And why you, right?
hmm, I'm not very good at tooting my own horn with other people.
That's a perfect chance for you to practice now. And here's the
Hmm.
thing, you're not tooting your own horn if you're telling the truth. I mean, it is sort of, but not really, because you did the work.
Yeah, I'm just not very good at putting that into words. Or like, what if I brought up some reviews and then I go like, hey, look at you can see my reviews down here or something.
Yeah, that will work too. Um, I think reviews work well. That's proof of concept. But even better is you telling a story about the last customer. Like, say you sold a condo. We sold this condo 20K above asking price, and I don't know, within 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
whoa, he managed to do that. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, do I continue off from here?
No, we'll go to the next one. But basically, you have this video as reference. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Second one is mortgage broker versus mortgage specialist. All right, ready, set, go.
Okay, today we're talking about the mortgage broker versus the mortgage specialist and the difference between them and the pros and cons and why you should go with one and not the other. For starters, mortgage specialists usually work with one financial institution and they have the product and know-how of everything within that one institution. And they can get you approved based on your background, your financial background and everything, but only with their best rates and programs at that time. So you are quite limited, and if you do want to go with it, and if you do want to shop around with multiple different institutions, you may have to get your uh, credit checked every single time, which would in turn be detrimental to you getting a mortgage. Another way, or mortgage broker, on the other hand, they usually have a few lenders on hand that um, they can help you kind of, what would you say, kind of, they can they can help you talk to a few lenders to see which one you're approved for, and give you the best rate possible in your situation. And no matter how hard uh, your financial situation is, they'll be able to either point you to the right way or help you out uh,
Nice.
and get you approved.
Well done. I like that one. That was a lot more smoother than the first one. Um, so basically, in the end, mortgage special broker is better than mortgage specialist. Sounds like.
Pros and cons, of course, though. But there's more than that. That's just like the little bit of it.
So because these are the people that you probably have you worked with them or not before?
Yes, I work with both types.
Oh no, no, I mean the people receiving these emails,
Oh,
are they people that you've worked with before or not?
I think for this one, it probably is people that I've not worked with before, but I could also send it to people that I've worked with before.
Okay, so perfect. If it is going to go to both, I would suggest making it very short and concise, just like 2 minutes, no more than that,
Hmm.
because they don't want to give the time or attention yet because they don't know you fully.
Hmm.
Um, and so if I don't know what you got out of that, Andrew, but for me, I felt like the mortgage broker was a better one because they're going to be more flexible and find me a deal and help me get the mortgage. Mortgage specialist, yeah, okay, they're cool, they do their job, but mortgage broker is probably better for me. Sounds like. Did you get that?
Yeah, there's a little bit more to it, but because I haven't even talked about like the fees. Sometimes like brokers, they have like extra fees on top because maybe a certain financial institution isn't paying them for helping them get a client. So they would slap on that fee to the consumer. So there's that too. But it's there's pros and cons, and
Andrew, do you have
then
something to say?
These are just small videos. Are they? They're supposed to be informative for people that don't know it, what they are, or
yeah,
are these?
pretty much. It's in more supposed to be for like people who's looking to purchase a property in the next few months, the next few years, or ever even thought about purchasing and seeing if it's worth exploring for them.
So so just for clarifications, it's if I'm looking to buy a house, should I look for a mortgage broker or should I look for a mortgage specialist? I don't know. It's something that you're already throwing it out that this is the difference between a specialist and a broker. You
Hmm.
choose. Okay.
Yeah, and then you get to choose. Like I give you the pros and cons, and then you choose what's best for you, kind of thing. Or
Mhm.
if they want to talk to me, like and ask me for advice, then I can kind of you know, dial it down for them
Yeah,
and see
I I
what's.
just I I just had this visual image of you, Clement, going to like I think asking the question like you can tell the difference between this is what a mortgage specialist is and what they do. This is what the mortgage broker is and that they do. Or I think because when I look at Instagram and I have people give you feedback and this that's not what I do. This everyone they have the trolls and things. Or is it just like what are you looking for? Are you looking for this? And is this what you need? Do you have enough money? They have a bunch of fees and this and that, but they will charge fees. And are you okay with fees? It's gonna happen. It's good for you and this and that. And they have this like big PowerPoint thing behind you, and then all this writing. I'm like, I think you'd be good at doing something like that.
Like a webinar or seminar.
Kind of like a webinar e-course kind of thing, right? A mini e-course.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
mini e-course. So I'm just like, yeah. So the reason why what are these short videos for? Is it for me to look at and be like, huh, yeah, Clement is knowledgeable in he has in his expertise in his area. Yeah, let me look more into it. Like he knows what a mortgage specialist does. He knows what a mortgage specialist is. He knows what a mortgage broker is. He might be able to consult me in a better direction. I think those are the questions that I think would be good for me. Like that's what I would get from you. Like, oh shoot, yeah, I don't know if I should get a specialist or a broker. Let me contact you, Clement. So I'm like, is that the purpose of these things? Are they like for cold calls, cold, or for your clients?
Um, I guess you could say it's in a way for cold leads. Like I was thinking of like doing those social media ads, like Instagram ads and Facebook ads. When they're watching videos, they're like, "Oh, this how to buy a home ebook or newsletter kind of thing for 15 days." They sign up on the newsletter or whatever, and every day they get an email automatically sent to them. And if they're interested in learning more or working with me or asking me questions, they can either reach out to me like email or phone call or whatever. And the caveat of that for me would be that I get their email, and that even after this newsletter, I'd be pushing my own like maybe market update emails and um, maybe things to do around town kind of thing, like my own newsletter.
So this basically is like a lead magnet, this entire series.
Hmm.
The best lead mags are the ones that give so much value that people will be willing to pay for it, but you're willing to give it away for free.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, it does, after we're talking today, it does sound like a mini course that you can actually give a title to, saying, and this is the greatest part, is titling it. You can say, How to Buy a Home by Clement, right? Or you can add some zest to it and say, How to Buy a Home in 15 days and get everything you want out of a dream home. Step-by-step guide, right? And then the way I've seen it work, and I'll share this with you, I am a man of lists. When I plan these events, any event that you come to, I will have something like this. So this is actually the Christmas gala template that I put together and everything that I need to do in order to run a successful event.
Wow.
So I go from 8 weeks before all the way to after the party. And this is something that I would give to one of my subordinates or someone working with me to say, okay, this is what we need to do. It's all laid out. We got to make sure every single thing on this list is checked off. So for you, when you're creating a list, you have these things so far, but it has to be strategic in the way it's sequenced. So do I need to know about mortgage specialists and brokers first, or do I need to know how to figure out if I can actually do this thing in the first place? You know what I mean?
Actually, yes, because you need to speak to one of those to get to understand your financial situation and see
Perfect.
how much money you can muster up or borrow.
That's exactly what you should say at the first line. Why is this important? Well, you kind of need this first if you want to figure out what kind of house you can afford. So let me tell you the difference between mortgage specialists and mortgage brokers.
Hmm.
Cool.
Yes. Cool.
So yeah, please continue. Hopefully this is helping you, Clement.
Yeah, it is. Um, can you buy a property without a realtor?
All right,
I'm, I'm,
uh,
I'm looking at,
Mhm.
sorry, just in that last sentence, in the first paragraph. Is that your introduction?
sorry. This?
Yeah, right in the bottom. Just,
No, this is an email to us. This is not to his clients. This is, I don't know. Is it Clement?
No, it's to you guys.
Yeah.
oh, okay. So I'm just like, oh, is that the introduction or like, 50, like something?
No, that was just him outlining what he was supposed to do for our challenge. But I think he'll have his own introduction and
Mhm.
stuff for for his email sequence. All right.
Are you gonna make videos? Is that what you decided on? Would you make it like a 1 minute video? I've seen a lot of those.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to make it 1 minute.
Like they do it so they could put it on Insta, TikTok, whatever.
So it's like a short.
That's yeah.
Or like what I was thinking also like maybe a long form video and then cut it up to post it on social media kind of thing.
That's right. Perfect. So when you do, obviously you need the 1 minute limit for shorts, right? It actually boosts your viewership if you're doing shorts and long form because you can direct people to the long form, right? But there is a caveat with shorts is when people consume your short content, it's a certain type of people who don't want to listen to 2 minutes of talking. They just want quick 30 seconds, 1 minute, right? So be wary of that.
Makes sense.
But yes, great idea. Repurposing the content to make shorts. All right, you ready for number 3?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it.
How to buy a property without or can you buy a property without a realtor? Um, well, yes, you can buy a property without a realtor, but but the question is, do you know how to buy a property without a realtor? Do you know all the questions to ask, what to look out for, all the intricacies that come into in a real estate transaction deal? Yes, you can put your own offer in a property, and I can tell you this, that listing agents will probably not want to work with someone that is unrepresented without a realtor, just because there is a lot more work for that one realtor to do, just to get that deal done with you. Will you be able to get a lower price? Probably not. The commission is set on this, on a certain amount. If you go in and say you want to purchase this property, you put in an offer that you write yourself, sometimes or most of the time that full commission goes straight to the listing agent instead then. Meaning the home seller is not giving up a discount to you just because they're still paying for the full commission. I think that's a good
Good.
tidbit.
That's
So
awesome. So what you're telling me is, if I got the time and money and my own knowledge, I can go purchase my own house, do whatever I want. However, if I don't want to go through the headache of all that and all the paperwork and everything, it's best to pay someone to do all that crazy headache stuff, all that stuff that I don't want to do, and get the best price. And that's the best thing to do, is to get a realtor to do all this stuff for me and be more knowledgeable, especially if I don't have that knowledge. Correct?
99%, because you as a buyer don't pay for the commission anyways.
Okay, so where do I find the best realtor?
Right there.
Where's Clement?
Oh,
Where's Clement?
he's on the
Okay.
bottom of my screen.
All right. Where do I look for Clement?
If you want a
Next.
list of the best realtors, I'll send you a list personally. Give me your email.
Perfect.
Email comes,
Next.
Clement saying. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4.
How to pick a rockstar agent.
Let's go.
Realtor. Okay. So first of all, when you're looking for agents, you need to find someone that you know, like, and trust. Okay. So how well do you know this person? Sure, you could find an agent that you probably don't know personally, but if seen them, talk to them, or even if you got a referral to them, chances are they may be a good person that you may like. Or no, sorry. And then when you like a person, of course, you want to know. Uh, I don't know. I'm just making random stuff like that. Know, like, and trust. Yeah, so if this person is knowledgeable, you need to ask them a lot of questions regarding, how to get started and how you guys are going to work together. This is the main thing that you need to know is what are they going to do for you? If, there are certain things that you are looking for in an agent, because all agents are different. All agents work differently. They all have their own processes. If you don't like how one agent is working, you can always look for another agent that you know, like, and trust. For example, some agents, they only work during the weekdays and you can't find them during the weekends. Some agents, you can only give them a call within a certain time frame or text, and other times, like say maybe at 7 o'clock, they turn off their phone. They will not answer any more emails, text messages, or phones. Is that important to you? If that's important to you, then you might want to look for another agent.
I mean, yes, you went through the know, like, and trust and how those are important. I love that. Again, I think for you, speaking from your personal experience too, may also be valuable because you can talk about any of your clients, which is good, but to get them to know you too, like why is it so important for you to know, like, and trust your realtor? Right?
Yeah, that was my question too. Like, why is that important? Like, is it important to know, like, trust your realtor, or like be a good person, or is like I trust the guy. I might not like him. He's an asshole. However, I give him the money and he gets the best work done. He's really good at what he does. He doesn't, cut corners of this, that. He's gonna get the work done. But he's not the nicest guy. So I'm like, what's the perfect realtor for me? Like what kind of realtor do I want? And then while I'm listening to this, I'm listening to this at the same time as what kind of martial arts teacher, when I reflect back to it, or coach, what kind of martial arts coach or martial arts teacher do I want? Do I want the nice guy that's like, that's okay, and this and that, you're doing your best, or for my kids, or this or that, or just like,
Or
no,
do you want your dad?
or like the guy that's gonna like turn into a fire athlete or this that. So yeah, it makes it so. Yeah, listening to you, I like this. It makes me think of me and my situation, not only the realtor. I'm like, huh. So I'm getting knowledge on the house as well as reflecting on me and what I do in my profession. I like this. Next.
Final last one before we go to Andrew. All right, you ready? We want choosing your neighborhood.
Okay,
Let's go.
choosing a neighborhood.
Yeah.
All right. The number one thing in real estate when purchasing real estate, of course, is location, location, location. That goes straight to the basics. So another question that everybody asks, which neighborhood is perfect for you? Well, you need to find out what is important to you. Do you need to have a good school in the neighborhood? Do you need to have a lot of parks? Do you need to be walking distance to transit? Or do you drive? How far is it away from work? So there's a lot of intricacies on which neighborhood that you pick. And also another big thing in that location would be the price point. Say you have, a certain amount of money. Say you have $700,000 to purchase a one-bedroom property. Do you want to use all that $700,000, or do you want to use a little bit less than that? And how many bedrooms are you looking for? So would you be looking in Surrey or would you be looking in Vancouver? How far away from work is it for you? For $700,000, you could probably get a nicer place in Surrey. You may be able to even get a two-bedroom, but for $700,000 in Vancouver, you might be looking for something that's quite small and limited, but it's probably more convenient than Surrey, and you're closer to downtown. But is being downtown important to you? And or schools, if schools are important to you, do you need to be close to there? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Come again. I thought about something for you in these videos too, Clement. If this is a series, I think about the best series on Netflix, and the ones that work the best that keep me engaged are cliffhangers.
Mhm.
The ones that be like, oh, what do I want to? What's next? What's gonna happen next? Right. So at the end of your videos, so we talked about Rockstar Realtor, but what you really want to think about now is where your place is gonna be. What's the location, right? So if you're ready for that, let's go to the next video.
Mhm.
Great job. You did your first
Thank
five.
you. Thank you.
Hopefully this was helpful for you,
Very helpful. Thank you.
and it gets you some good camera time practice, because as you go from less confident to confident into your speaking, this will just skyrocket you like crazy.
Funny thing, I actually just watched a video on this guy that was doing a 30-day camera challenge, just talking to a camera,
Yeah.
to get himself more comfortable in front of the camera. And they say it's more important to be more comfortable than to be more confident in front of the camera. And the 30-day challenge helped that guy be
Mm.
more comfortable talking to just the camera.
Talking to camera and talking to people is a very different thing. If you're making videos like that, yeah, because talking to a piece of metal where there's no emotion and there's no reaction, it's tough. It's uncomfortable, actually. But when you're speaking to a person one-on-one, it's a very different game. Or even to a group, not even one-on-one. Yeah. But yeah, if you want, I suggest giving yourself the 30-day challenge and see where it goes.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too, but we'll see. We'll see.
But okay, you got this thing recorded. I'm gonna send it to you or put in the group for you, and you can do whatever you want with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm probably gonna head out soon though to basketball as
Okay.
well. I'll stay as long as I can.
Okay. Andrew, you're on mute, buddy.
Yeah, I was just writing down how that can actually help me. And I really hated surveys, but I'm like, I've never did this I thought of surveying because I want like track records, or even when I do daycare, I'm like, I do want more information on, what the parents, I know just of what parents want or expect at Taekwondo schools for certain ages. However, at a daycare, I don't know what the parents want or need. And they might just be like, oh, Taekwondo is part of daycare. Taekwondo is not a part of daycare. It doesn't matter. It's just they send their kids to daycare. I'm just wondering what they want, what they expect, or just make sure that my kids are safe. Well, or you, Alex, and when your kids are at daycare, what are some things that you look into? And the reason why I want to write this down is I'm not going to change the whole daycare system. However, if martial arts is implemented into daycare, I see more positive than negative, as even not only the physical but mental and emotional aspect, just from what I do. Like when you see 4 or 5, when I see the Taekwondo classes, the 4 or 5-year-old classes are the hardest to teach in the whole school because they have the short attention span. Yes, I get it. I'm teaching 2.5 to 3-year-old kids. I've gotten to the point in a year that I can get them to sit down for maybe 15 to 45 seconds, a 2.5-year-old. So I'm like, that attention span of a child is very short. However, yeah, if they're put in that environment and you tell them how to sit and this and that, they'll do it. And I'm just like, wow. But if you just like, hey, their attention span is really short, so you got to quickly change it up and this and that. I'm like, if you do it like that, they will need that, and that's them. And I'm like, and that's why I'm like, if I were to ask you, I'm like, why do you send your kids to daycare or this, that? What are some questions? That's what I'm curious about.
Great question. Surveys in general, I love because you need the feedback in order to do a great job, right?
Yeah.
So never ever shy away from a survey. I know I wouldn't. And the questions, I mean, for me, I've never sent my kid to a daycare that has martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's yes or no. And it depends on what the purpose is and what they'll get out of it.
Yeah.
Like if it's just for fun and like activities, okay, sure. They need, expend their energy so because they got lots. Right. But if you tell me that my kid's gonna learn discipline and learn how to, process their emotions and learn how to focus better, cool. But I've never actively looked for a daycare that has martial arts integrated into it. The purpose of daycare for me is finding coverage for parents who cannot take care of their kids because they have to work. So really it's like playtime for them, really.
Yeah.
The best ones will help the kids grow in ways that they wouldn't have done at home otherwise. So, for example, I can't teach a kid how to do a flying back kick. I mean, maybe it could, but not as well as you.
No.
But for my particular preschool that I go to, I chose the one because they teach things that my kids would never learn from me.
Yeah.
Like who Frida is in terms of famous artists, how clay molding is important for the nature, and like all this stuff. It's really great, and it exposes the kids to new things and has them engaged and excited and enjoy school. That's the most important thing for me and my wife.
I'm gonna refer back to this. Is awesome. This is so important to me. Important to me, and maybe even next for Clement as well. What's going to be important for him and Saku? Or is she going to be at a daycare, or what are some things that you are looking for? Because I know the wait list at our daycare is more than a year long. They're so in high demand.
Yeah, it is. Well, for us right now, well, language is a big thing for us. So
Sorry,
we want,
language, did you say?
yeah,
Okay.
language for us, just because we want her to learn, of course, both our languages, Japanese and Cantonese. So
That's English.
mm,
That's three.
well, yeah, English she's gonna learn anyways in school, right? Going to the public school system here. So we are actually just planning to do Japanese and Cantonese throughout until she goes to school, and she can just learn English in school. Because that's actually kind of what I did too. Like I only spoke Cantonese at home until I went to preschool, and that was the first time I was actually kind of exposed to English. And I noticed that I was already behind everybody because I didn't know all the ABCs and everything compared to the other people, right? All the other kids. And that did pose a problem for me. Like I didn't feel as confident in languages at that time, but but because I went through that, I'm still able to speak Cantonese and communicate in my mother tongue, as opposed to a lot of other children that were born here that had parents that can speak Cantonese, but they never did and never taught them. So I think it did give me a valuable skill that I would probably not be able to, learn at this age.
But you speak Korean too, on top of that.
Yes.
This
that's
is
extra. That's
this
extra.
Clement is very different from Clement now.
Yes. It is very different. But I actually learned this because when I was serving at a restaurant, and this couple with a kid came in. They spoke Cantonese, and I noticed they only spoke Cantonese to the child, even though the child that kid was born here
Yeah.
and was being raised here. And when I was talking to them, they said that yeah, they're not speaking English at all to the kid and only Cantonese at home just because he will learn English anyways in the school system. And that's where I learned it from.
That's great that I have that option. Like, I guess my parents, they spoke Korean and my grandparents speak Korean. I think that was my first language growing up and at home, because they didn't speak English well. Right. So
Which
over
is
time,
also a good thing. Yeah.
I hated speaking Korean. I didn't even want to learn the language when I started going to school, They're speaking Korean, and then I speak Konglish,
Speak what?
Korean English, Konglish,
Konglish. I see.
yeah, like Chinglish.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for this.
I mean, I'm sure the schools that you work with have this information. If they're good as they sound like they are, they probably have done these surveys already, and you can ask them.
Well, I will. But like I said, Alex, the owner of that daycare is so busy. I haven't heard back from her for 2 months now. She hasn't checked her message.
Wow.
The WhatsApp check hasn't even been turned blue.
So you just go in, do your thing, you never see the owner. It's just
Yeah, the owner's not there.
Hmm.
She's busy opening up another location.
good for her.
Mhm.
It's time for us to open up a daycare, guys.
Yeah, I think the first person to talk to
Just do it.
is your cousin. I haven't heard back from your cousin, but
She's
that's okay. She's probably busy.
fucking busy too. Oh my god.
I mean, let's open one because I know that some of them start off actually in a house.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where my cousin started.
You only need 4 kids, I think. Is it 3 or 4? I think it's 4.
Hey, wait, does Sophia want to go back to ECE school?
No, she does not. She actually does not like children except for her own. It's not a thing for her. She
And
prefers
that's
dogs.
okay too. I was afraid of that. I'm being around kids so much. Like, you must like kids. I'm like, I do. But
When they pay me.
more and more, I'm just like, I don't know. Or is it me getting older? It's just like, I think I'm going to be more selective now.
Nice.
Because I can only teach so much. But I'm like, I don't know what the hell your parents teach you at home, but it's not okay to just run away and just like, no, and then just shut down. I'm just like, you're like that, but the other kids aren't. I'm like, why is that okay? I wonder what your parents teach you.
Nice. Yeah, so well, hopefully this was helpful, Andrew. You let us
Yes.
know if you want to know anything else, but
No, for now, no, that's good. That's good.
okay. Well, it sounds like we're all complete for today.
Yes.
But hopefully you're still there, enjoying the walk.
The dog pooed twice and he only had 1 bag.
So what do
Technically
you
has his dog?
No, it's Crystal's dog, Audi. But I was walking him and he like pooed once, and I was like, okay, cool, done. And then later on, he pooed again. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta run.
We didn't lose it. Clement and Alex are still here. They're on the phone. All right, guys. Well, I mean, if we're complete for today, I'm gonna call it. Looks like this is all the time we have for today. And yeah, enjoy your weekends. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Well,
Thanksgiving.
thanks. Happy birthday and happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon. I'll post this video for you guys in the pro group. So
Okay. Thanks.
Sounds
all right.
good. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.